of so far with liquid water on its surface. Water is essential to all life on our planet. Every plant, animal, insect, and organism requires it to live. So for this episode, we're going to zero in on our oceans and their importance to all life on Earth. Along the way, we'll travel around the Earth learning about our oceans and the 5 zones in the deeps. We'll do fun experiments about pressure, or even travel to Ripley's Aquarium and look at some real-life sea creatures. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's dive in and start with the ocean song.
Sound the Octo Alert! Octonauts, to the launch bay!
Guys, it's okay. I've got this one.
Yow! Shiver me whiskers!
Thanks, no. About 70% of the surface of the Earth is ocean water. And it's divided up in 5 parts from biggest to smallest. Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern, Arctic. 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 Set sail first with the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean covers 1/3 of the Earth's surface, spanning over 161 million square kilometers, from British Columbia to Australia. To get an idea how big the Pacific Ocean is, you can take all of the continents and islands on Earth and fit them all in the Pacific, with room to spare. So the deepest of our oceans, and it's home to the Marianas Trench.
Fun fact!
More specifically, Challenger Deep. Named by the explorer Ferdinand Magellan after sailing through a calm part in 1520, the Pacific Ocean gets its name from a version of the word pacify or peaceful. Contrary to its name, it's a gigantic body of water, home to more activity than we have fully discovered, because most of the ocean is still waiting to be explored.
Fun fact!
It is often claimed we know more about the surface of Mars and our moon than we do about the ocean floor. The Pacific Ocean is also home to the Ring of Fire, a series of volcanoes that surround the edges of the land masses of the Pacific and erupt as a result of tectonic activity within the Earth's crust. This tectonic activity can cause eruptions and earthquakes that lead to devastation, but also create islands and fertile land for life to thrive afterwards. We'll learn about some of the amazing wildlife that live in the Pacific later. Now let's go to the second largest ocean, the Atlantic. The Atlantic Ocean contains the Gulf Stream, which drives our weather patterns, including hurricanes. It's also home to a variety of wildlife, from sea turtles to whales. At more than 81 million square kilometers, it's the second largest ocean on Earth. The deepest part of the Atlantic is the Puerto Rico Trench, at a maximum depth of 8,380 meters. The Atlantic gets its name from Greek mythology and means Sea of Atlas. For centuries, it has been used as a main trade and travel route. Scientists have separated the Atlantic into 2 regions, the North and South.
Fun fact!
The Atlantic Ocean is shaped like a nose. Both regions contain distinct currents that affect weather around the world. The Atlantic is the youngest of the oceans. It formed after the supercontinent Pangaea broke up approximately 150 million years ago during the Jurassic period.
Fun fact!
The Indian Ocean finished developing after the Atlantic, making it the last of the 3 major oceans to form. Speaking of which, next we'll travel to the Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean has the warmest surface temperature of the oceans on Earth, with an average minimum temperature of 22 degrees Celsius in the tropics. It is the 3rd largest ocean on Earth, covering an area of over 75 million square kilometers. The lowest point of the Indian Ocean is the Java Trench at 7,258 meters, with an average depth of 3,890 meters. Named after the Indian subcontinent, the Indian Ocean is a vital trade route for all of Asia.
Fun fact!
There is evidence that the ancient Egyptians explored the Indian Ocean as early as 2300 BCE. The Indian Ocean has 2 well-known waterways. They are the Suez Canal in Egypt and the Strait of Malacca between Malaysia and Indonesia. Now let's travel all the way south to the Southern Ocean. In 1999, the National Geographic Society that maps the world's oceans included the sea around Antarctica as its own body of water, due to it being a unique ecological region. And so we have the Southern Ocean.
Fun fact!
Also, sometimes referred to as the Antarctic Ocean. The Southern Ocean surrounds Antarctica and is the only ocean to go all the way around the globe. It covers 1/6 of the Earth's surface and is 21.9 million square kilometers. The deepest point is the South Sandwich Trench at 7,432 meters. Parts of it freeze in the winter and its seas are very choppy. The water is nutrient-rich, which is perfect for plankton to grow, which is vital for the food chain. Finally, we'll go to the opposite pole, all the way up to the top of the Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is the shallowest and smallest of the Earth's oceans, at 14 million square kilometers, with an average depth of 987 meters. The Arctic Ocean is almost entirely surrounded by land masses and is generally perennially frozen with a sheet of ice cover. This is changing though, as we'll learn more about later. The Arctic Ocean is located around the North Pole. Polar bears hunt on the ice for seal, and the region is an ideal habitat for several species of whales, including the narwhal, as well as schools of Arctic char.
Fun fact!
The Arctic has also been home to a number of Inuit tribes for thousands of years, spread across the northern nations surrounding the Arctic Ocean. So, those are the 5 oceans. Now that we learned about them, let's move on and find out about the zones of the ocean.